So, week 13, this week, we are going to start our preparation for our major project for this course. So, you've got just a couple things to read, and you have your final reading check this week. So, you've got public speaking tips for video conferencing. It's a really simple reading. It's just that. And then you do have the PDF if for any reason the link is not working for you. I'm going to pop down here first. So, reading check 12, it's one question. It's open note, open book, two attempts if you need it, but this is it. This is the final reading check for this course. So, for this assignment, you're going to be completing the live policy assignment preparation project. It has multiple parts to it, so it is very important to make sure that you watch this entire video to ensure that you're really grasping the purpose of the assignment. So, before I hop into the actual assignment, coming up with a policy can be really stressful, and sometimes we don't know where to start. So, I do want to point out a couple things here. I do have the live policy APP form. We're going to look at that, but I also have an idea list. So, these are past policy presentations that students have presented. You are welcome to go through this list and choose something from it. Maybe you have a different topic that you feel really passionate about. You're welcome to do something that's not on this list as well. But this is just a great place to kind of get you started on picking a topic. You cannot wait until Sunday night to start this assignment. You need to start this earlier in the week because there are multiple parts to it. One of them is going to involve you having a live audience member. So do not wait until the last minute. It will not help you, and you will not be able to submit this late because it's going to go pretty quickly. So the live policy APP form before we hop into the full assignment. Like I said, there is an example that you're welcome to look at, but this is the worksheet. You will need to fill out this worksheet. You will submit this worksheet with this week's work. So pretty simple. It does need to be submitted either as a PDF or as a Word document. Do not submit a Google link. There's so many issues that come up with Google Link, and then normally what happens is it delays the process of you getting feedback when I can't access your link. So you will download this. This will be the form that you're going to use. This is where your sources are going to go, your research information, your source evaluations will be on here, everything. So again, do not submit this as a Google link. You need to submit it as either a PDF or a Word document. So for the Live Policy APP, you are going to be picking a policy that you feel needs to be changed. This is going to be basically a practice run for your larger project. Whatever policy you pick this week is going to be the same policy that you're going to use for your larger project. So again, this is prepping you. This is getting all of your research out of the way. This is making sure that you have a focus on how you're going to use those sources, but it's also going to give you the chance to practice with an audience before next week when we have two audience members present. So like I said, this is a multi-part project. You are going to have a couple things that you need to do for it. So you'll open that worksheet and you'll kind of get an idea. You're going to pick your policy. You're going to find a change agent. So that change agent is going to be a person who can realistically make that change happen. So let's say you have decided you want to change dress code policies in high schools. You're probably going to want to focus on the school board and the superintendent. That's probably going to be your change agents because they are people who can realistically make that change that you're looking for. So you've got to have four sources that is required. You will cite them in APA or MLA format. So just putting the website link in there is not going to work. If you're unsure, Purdue OWL or bibme.org are all great sources for making sure that you are citing those sources correctly in the document. You're also going to do a 35 to 75 word evaluation on each of those sources. And this is just going to kind of direct how you're going to use that specific source to persuade your change agent. You're going to have a research plan. This is going to describe how you're going to use all of these sources together, again, to persuade your change agent. The final thing that you're going to do for this project, you are going to make a quick 1 to 2 minute video of yourself doing a live presentation. You can record in multiple ways. You can either do it through Zoom, you could do it through Google Meet, you could do it through uh, Teams. Sorry, blanked out on what it was called. So there's lots of platforms you can record it on. If your school computer does not allow you to use any of those platforms, you will need to have the person live sitting next to you. The focus needs to be on you. You should not be a tiny little box or unseen. I need to have the focus on you. The big thing is you have to make sure that we know your audience is there. So they should say hello at the start. They should say goodbye at the end. It is not a question and answer session. You are just giving them a quick run through of what your presentation is going to look like. So, when you are all done with that, you'll upload that video to YouTube. There is a spot on that worksheet that you can drop the link. If you are not able, you will have two attachments in your discussion board. One will be the file for your source evaluations, that Word document or PDF, and then the other file will be your video. Please make sure that you are not waiting. I know I've said this already, but do not wait until the last minute because there is a lot of work that goes into this. And waiting until Sunday night, you will miss the deadline. It will be a zero, and it will make it very difficult to ensure that you are getting that feedback that you need to successfully complete the final project. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, and I'm looking forward to seeing what policies you all are passionate about changing.